Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video I want to tell you about a case I had that two other lawyers rejected and that I took, and I ended up getting the client around $400,000. So what kind of case was it? Well, it was a fall down case, and they always say, lawyers always say that there are three parts to an injury case, right? There's who caused the injury, there's how big are the injuries, and can the person who caused the injury pay for it, either because they have a lot of insurance or they're rich, right? Those are the three things lawyers always tell you. Now, I go into more detail on that in several of my videos. So if you've seen other of my videos, you know I go into far more detail with people in several videos. But one of the things, and this is an uncomfortable thing to talk about, but it's the God's honest truth. I had a client who had a serious fall. When I contacted her, it didn't seem like a serious injury, and I'm gonna be nice and say the client was a little rough. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, I met her, and it seemed like, now this is gonna sound terrible. Okay, she seemed like she might have had a drug problem. Okay, I don't mean smoking a little weed on the weekend or something like that. What I'm talking about is she looked disheveled, disorganized. She looked like a drug addict, right? Uh, Not what lawyers want to see. And I know that's not a nice way to describe a client, but I'm not telling you who it is. But I'm telling you, when she came in, this was my read on her, and she was a little bit all over the place. But I felt like there was something nice about her. I believed her that she had an injury. And she told me that she talked to two other lawyers, and both of them met with her and turned the case down. They didn't even do an investigation. They met her, and after I met her, I think I understood why that was. The lawyers jumped to the same conclusions I did and said, I'm not going to get involved in it. Well, guess what happened? I later found out that she had just lost her son, and that, 2, 3 months before this, she had lost her son, and she went into a tailspin of depression, and she wasn't a drug addict at all, but she was really struggling with the death of her son, and that's just not something you bring up to strangers. I'm sorry, I look like my clothes are all wrinkled and my hair is a mess, but you know, my son died, and I'm very messed up about it. So I stuck with her and was honest with her, and we got to a point where she finally admitted that to me. And as time went by, it turned out she had a very, very serious neck injury. She ended up having a neck surgery. And at the time, she didn't have any photos of what the problem was. So in fall down cases, having photos of what caused you to fall, if they're good photos, that's like money in the bank. If they're crappy photos, it kills you in a fall down case. I'd rather have no photos, um, because we can have an illustrator create an illustration of based on your description of what it looked like on the day of the accident, and we'll be allowed to show that to jury in most cases, so that the jury understands how bad the condition was. But if we have crappy photos, it's very unlikely that a judge is going to allow us to do an illustration or an enhanced photo that is contradictory to the bad photo that we actually do have. So that's how that works. So my point is, I was able to do some investigation. I was able to find somebody who did take photos, and they actually took photos like within hours before my lady fell on the problem on property. And my God, these were the best photos. Mm, Were they the best photos I've ever had in a fall down case? I don't think they were the best photos I ever had in a fall down case, but they were really good photos. I was pleasantly surprised. So my point is, I took a swing on what looked like a bad pitch, and it turned into a home run for somebody. That's why you need an actual lawyer who works on your case, not a case manager like you get with the guys who have their billboards all over the expressway and who run TV ads every 15 minutes. Those guys have case managers that work on the cases. Chances are a lawyer's never even going to touch your case unless a lawsuit's filed. So that's why I tell people, like, reconsider going with those giant firms, because the guy with the perfect teeth, the guy with the $50,000 in dental work and Botox injections, he's never touching your case and he doesn't know your name. You need a lawyer who actually works on the cases, cares about injured people, and is going to put in the kind of legwork I just described for you. I took a swing on this lady, and it turns out she's a lovely person with a serious injury. Luckily, her neck surgery wasn't that serious. I mean, any neck surgery is pretty serious, but it didn't. She ended up having a good outcome, and she was about ready to give up. She had talked to 2 lawyers who didn't want anything to do with the case. I took it, and we ended up getting her about $400,000. Not too shabby. So my point is, you got to work with a lawyer who's going to give you a chance, who's going to go beyond the surface level analysis and actually do legwork and dig on the case. Because you can take a zero case into a 6-figure case if you know what you're doing, right? That's the other thing. You need to have somebody who knows what they're doing. Enthusiasm is nice, but you got to have somebody who knows what they're doing, who's going to work hard on the case for you. So anyway, I was happy that it worked out for this lady. She was over the moon happy. She didn't think she was going to get anything because 2 lawyers already turned down her case, and guess what happened? She's now referred me like 4 cases or 5 cases over the course of the year, and we still talk about once a year. So, really nice lady. I really appreciate her. And she paid me the nicest compliment anyone can pay. She refers me people she knows. I mean, if that's not a testament to the fact that she appreciates what I did for her, I don't know what possibly could be nicer than that. So anyway, don't give up on your case if you hear some bad news, but you got to get a lawyer involved in these fall down cases early on in order to maximize the value on them, right? So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your subscription, your comments, your likes, all that good stuff. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hit the bell so you know when I release new videos. If you or anyone you know has been involved in an accident, or you have somebody to refer me, you can call me for free anytime, night or day, by calling 312-500-4500. It's a free call, no obligation. 312-500-4500. I listen to what happened to you. I listen to the questions you've got. I answer your questions, and we decide where to go from there. I don't give you a sales pitch. We talk about the case, and we see what we can do for you. Okie dokie. Maybe you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, but I got you covered. Maybe you still have some questions. What if I told you there was a way that in 20 seconds flat, for free, you could get customized information on your particular situation without talking to a lawyer? Well, I got you covered. I have 2 tools on my website, links in the description. One is called the Case Cash Calculator. It tells you whether you might, what the settlement range of your case might be. So literally you answer 7 multiple choice questions off the top of your head. 20 seconds later, you got that customized information, all for free, no obligation. And it's, you can use it as many times as you want. You can share it with friends, whatever you want to do. The links are in the description. The other tool works in a similar way, but obviously the questions are all completely different. But it's the same deal. 7 multiple choice questions, takes you 10 or 20 seconds to answer all the questions, customized info for you. And it tells you, the good case calculator tells you whether you might have a good case, a strong case, or whether you might have a case that has some warts, some challenges and problems. And forewarned is forearmed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know there's a problem, you can try and fix it. So, same deal. Link in the description. Takes you no time at all, no obligation. What else? Oh, if you have a question you want me to shoot a video on, leave it in the comment section and ask me to make a video for you. I'll do it. Or I'll direct you to one of my videos. I have over 200 injury videos right on my website. You can check that. and it tells you exactly what's what with respect to, it's got hundreds of videos on there that explains everything. But if I previously shot a video instead of shooting a new one, I'll give you the link to it and it answers your question. But if you have a fresh question, put it down there. I'll shoot a video for you. Answer your question in a video, and this way everybody benefits from your question because they get the answer too. Maybe it's not their question today, but in a week they might have that question and now they know the answer. So it's a nice thing to do. Last thing is, if you enjoy my videos, you enjoy the information, the tools, my book, my injury cheat sheet, or you're a current and former client or somebody who got a consultation, anything that I do here for free to help injured people, if you appreciate it and you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, it literally takes you 20 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds, but you know, really helps me out. I need as many 5-star reviews on Google as I can get. So if you don't mind, link in the description, you go to that web page, it takes you right there, you click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and really it's invaluable for me. It really helps me out. Easy for you to do. I'll always appreciate it. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, that's okay too. I'm not going to be mad at you. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you and the family are well. If there's anything I can do for you or your family, please do not hesitate to call. I'd be happy to talk to you, answer your questions, and represent you or a loved one if anybody has a case and they need help. Okay? So that's it. I'll wrap it up now. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you and the family are doing well. And take care. Until the next video. See ya.